name is Mo with my co-host Corey. We are the Real Guys, and this is the Real Show with 2 E's. Jump into your Omicron class attack shuttle, the Havoc Marauder, and let's fly towards Bad Batch Season 3. As always, I'm with my co-host Corey. How are you doing today, Corey?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
And as always, you can find us on our media platforms, audio platforms, Amazon, Spotify, Apple, Podcasts, wherever you listen to us. We are there. You can find us there as well. Corey, we're right in the month of May.
We are.
And we're almost smack dab in the middle of May. And
Nearly.
it's time for our May the 4th Star Wars month.
Yes.
Well, we've got Star Wars themed content all month long, which is going to be fantastic.
As normal on the Real Show, this is our third year. Third or fourth. I can't remember which one it is actually.
Fourth, I think. Fourth?
Maybe.
Maybe. We don't know.
I think it is because we've obviously, as you'll find out soon, we've done Phantom Menace. We did episode 2. Episode 3 is coming up soon.
Yeah.
I don't think we did one in our first year.
No, I didn't think we did.
So this is year 4, but we're on film 3 of Star Wars.
We're doing a film every year, that's the thing.
Yep.
But this is the film, this is Bad Batch, this is the Bad Batch Season 3, which is the third and final season of the Bad Batch, which was announced during Celebration Europe on April 10th, 2023. And the first trailer came out in January.
It did.
We interviewed the premiere, the 3-episode premiere that we reviewed. And now we're back to do the whole season,
and the finale.
And, you know, what we think of the series
as
a whole. And 3 episodes got us off to a big old bang.
Did.
We got dropped back into the action with Omega and the team. We've got Hunter, Wrecker, Echo, Crosshair.
Captured Crosshair.
Not Tech.
No, because Tech is gone.
Last season, and Tech has stayed gone.
Yep, he hasn't come back.
Which is good, I think.
Yeah.
I say that's a positive.
You need characters that just don't come back.
Yeah, you need characters to don't come back, because I feel like if he came back it would have cheapened it somewhat.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone's like, was Tech the CX clone assassin? And I was like, no, I don't think he was. Because it's good to have stakes, to have people gone for good. That way it feels impactful, you know?
Yeah.
That way it'll be lessened slightly. For, he's back now, okay, whatever, he didn't, fall and die. But when he's gone for good, it's like there's something a bit more impactful there.
Yeah.
However, there's a new set of antagonists after our heroes. We've got Dr. Royce Hemlock and his evil facility, Mount Tantis.
The good old cloning station or whatever they're doing right now.
Wayland. Yeah, well, in season 1, this Camino was destroyed.
It was destroyed, yes.
And they moved all cloning to Mount Tantis on Wayland, which is the Emperor's secret lab facility where he does all his evil cloning activity. Like what's going on in the vault, Corey.
Yeah.
What do you think's in that vault?
Oh, you know what? Not good stuff.
Not good stuff.
I don't know what specifically, but I can guarantee you.
The Force sensitive children. There's another room where there's it looks like very Sith architecture.
Exactly. It doesn't give me good vibes.
No, it doesn't give you good vibes. There's loads of tubes, or not tubes, cylindrical items.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
Loads of cylindrical items, and there's one big cylindrical item in the middle.
Yeah, you know what? I think whatever's in the big one, that's what you got to look out for right there.
Yeah, I think you know what I'm going to say. Snoke.
Okay.
I'm going to say Snoke was in the big one.
Just to give a bit more, lore to the final 3 films.
That's what they're doing, aren't they?
Just to try and help out the final 3.
Yeah. Well, that's what they're doing, aren't they? They said that Project Necromancer is the big project that's going on at Mount Tantis.
Yeah. And
that is to give the Emperor other clone bodies. Is what it's said to be.
Yeah.
So they're harvesting Force-sensitive individuals to try and replicate an M count. You know what M count stands for, Corey?
Metachlorian count.
Midichlorians. Yeah,
sure.
The midichlorians. Yeah, the midichlorian count is inherent in Force-sensitive beings, so they're harvesting them and using their M count to combine with clone blood, so they can replicate a clone with the Force.
Yes.
That's the whole plan.
That's their plan.
And it's not been working so far.
No.
But it works with Omega.
Yes.
Because Omega is a pure genetic replication of Jango Fett.
Yep.
So they need her.
But Nala Se doesn't want her blood in it.
No, Nala Se wants to protect Omega, obviously.
Destroys it every single time. Destroys the blood and doesn't go through. It's completely fine.
Yeah, it's completely fine. Hemlock's like, we need to pick up the pace here with these projects.
Yeah.
Basically, I've got Governor Tarkin, contacting me every 5 minutes, asking me, have you increased the cloning? What's going on, Hemlock? And he's like, I don't know. I'm trying. And then it's like, I'm going to get rid of your money. You won't have any funding. That's what I care about.
Yeah, it's all about
I'm a money
funds.
man. Tarkin money man.
Tarkin
That's
money
it.
man.
Yeah, hyphen
Money man.
money man. No. Semicolon. Semicolon money man. Because that's what he's. It was a thing for the McCrennick, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was the same thing. He was on Krennic's case about the Death Star. He was on Thrawn's case about the TIE Defender, and now we're talking to Hemlock about Project Necromancer. Now he needs to speed it up, but there'll be no more funding for
He
him.
just cares about budget, man.
He's a budget. He's a good budgeter.
He's got to make budget cuts, you know.
Well, at the end of the series, well, spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers.
At the end of the series, when Omega releases the Zillo Beast and it rampages across the facility and destroys it all up, Tarkin arrives there afterwards with his Venators and his Imperial class Star Destroyer, the Sovereign, and the first thing he says is, "Well, we're going to shut all this down.
Yeah.
Shut this now and move all the funding over to the Death Star."
Yeah.
Hey.
You know what? Yeah, this is not gone well.
No.
I mean, if I walked in as the Beast walking around, or you're wondering, I'd be like, yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
Just leave it. It's fine.
Put more money into the thing that killed me and its own creator.
Yeah.
Basically great. But Hemlock isn't alone. He's got Emery Carr,
Mhm.
Dr. Emery Carr, who is another female clone.
Correct.
Who I imagine has been artificially aged.
Probably.
And, because Omega is that age because she was born.
Yeah.
She ages like a regular person.
Yep.
Whereas the clones are all artificially aged to age quicker.
Yes.
And Emery is the same, but she's a female clone, so she's Omega's sister, and she has a bit more sympathy for her.
She does.
End up helping the batch in the end.
I mean, no, we all love a good little bit of a redemption arc. A little bit of character as well.
What do you think of Emery?
I like the characters in this, and you know what, I don't mind a little kind of something else. And obviously when Omega came in, it was like, oh, she's the first female clone or whatever, and then obviously you get another one in this one. But I quite like her. It's quite good to see. I found it somewhat interesting. You see it in the first couple of episodes with Omega's like, what was it, a doll? What was it?
Omega makes a doll out of straw, and then it's taken away from her.
She takes it away and she gives
back.
it back.
And then Emery later gives one of the Force-sensitive children the doll as well, or the specimens, as they're called.
You know what, with Bad Batch and Clone Wars and that sort of stuff, characters has always been a really, really good strong suit for these kind of things. Fleshes out the lore a little bit as well, and obviously, as we'll get into, it's been the final season. I like the characters in this, and I thought she was pretty good. And
another animated character that builds on the lore is member of the Delta Squad Republic Commando Scorch, who you might not have noticed.
Yeah, all right. I'm sure you know all about Scorch.
I do know all about Scorch. Do you know all about Scorch?
I think we had this conversation last time.
Yeah, I know. I love Scorch. Well, Scorch is from Delta Squad, which is a team of Republic Commandos with Sev and Boss and Fixer, and they're a big Legends mainstay.
Right.
They were in one episode of the Clone Wars, which means they were saved from the Legends eradication.
They were still canon.
Yeah, they were still canon. Yeah, because obviously when Disney bought Lucasfilm, they wiped out all the AU, or the EUs, it was called the Expanded Universe, and the Legends, so basically it became non-canon. Apart from the Clone Wars animation and all the films, basically.
Yes.
And the animation got saved, and Delta Squad were in one episode of the animation, so that means they are canon, they do exist.
Yeah.
And Scorch was brought back to be basically the Imperial commander of the troops on the base with all the other clone commandos and all the other Imperial commandos. But he also bites it at the end of the season, so he doesn't mech it out, and neither does Hemlock, because he is that great big finale on the bridge. It's always what happens on a big bridge. Everything in Star Wars, you can't make an amazing finale without having a big long bridge to fight on.
No, of course not.
A big long bridge. And he's got that cool CX clone assassin ship, which is like a bit like a Sith infiltrator, I guess.
Yeah.
It's that kind of sort of arrow head shape, and the big engines at the back. I like that. I like that ship design. And speaking of also ship designs, we get a lot of cool ships like the Havoc Marauder, which is their Omicron class ship, the ship of the batch, which gets destroyed. Spoilers.
Yeah.
In the attack, because the CX clone assassin is sent after Omega for her blood, finds Omega on Pabu, and then sends in all of his stormtroopers, and they blow up the Havoc Marauder to get around in other ships, like the ship of Fee Genoa. Do you know that good old Fee Genoa?
You know what? I don't. Have you got information about Fee Genoa?
I have. Fee Genoa is the character that the sort of smuggler pirate character that helps them, and she gets them onto that planet on the planet Erebus, where they rescue former Vice Admiral Rampart.
Nice.
You know, Admiral Rampart, the season
yep.
villain in season 1, and a bit of season 2.
A little bit of season 2.
Yep. They sent him there. I'm surprised they didn't just off him discreetly, but
yeah.
They just go Labour camp, okay. So he's just a prisoner.
Yeah, he's just there.
Labour camp, yeah. He's just there, and they rescue him by hijacking a clone turbo tank and driving out of there in a cool, like, you know, Indiana Jones style tank chase.
Yep.
And that episode is aptly named Juggernaut.
Very nice.
So, yeah. That episode is very aptly named Juggernaut, and I think Fiji Noah is a good character. I think we'll see more of her, because there is one character that shows up in this, which is very impactful indeed, and that's Asajj Ventress.
Yes. I mean, we know her as well. Yeah, she's been in quite a few things, actually, as Asajj Ventress. I like Asajj Ventress. Are you a fan?
Do you know why she's back in this?
I know there was the whole rumour thing of she was going to be, like, essentially recloned, because she died, didn't she?
She did die. She died in a novel.
Right.
She died in the novel Dark Disciple, which was a novel adaptation of a series of unmade Clone Wars episodes.
Right.
So basically, I don't want to go into like lore mode, but
She's just going to like spend the next 20 minutes.
Yeah. It's not even really lore. It's just like what just happened. It's
right.
Like, this is just plain fact. The Clone Wars got cancelled after season 6.
Yeah.
Right. Netflix gave it a season, and then it got cancelled. So there was going to be no season 7, basically. Because Disney bought them and it got cut and it got took off Netflix, nothing, right, okay? But they made like 2 or 3 extra seasons worth of episodes, which eventually we did see in season 7, like Siege of Mandalore and stuff like that, and Ahsoka's Walkabout arc and all of that. That eventually did all get made. But one of the arcs that didn't get made was Dark Disciple, which is about what happened to Asajj Ventress and Quinlan Vos and the Jedi Master after basically sort of their plan to plot to get Count Dooku and things like that to finally exact vengeance on Count Dooku. And it was a very interesting series of episodes. It involved, you know, Asajj Ventress being a bounty hunter, she runs into Quinlan Vos, they try to take out Count Dooku and all that kind of thing, and a bunch of stuff's involved. And then Asajj ends up, you know, sacrificing herself, and she's brought back to Dathomir, where all the Night Sisters, or what remains of the Night Sisters, because they were destroyed by then, I think, by General Grievous, but what remains of the Night Sisters sort of give her a sort of Viking funeral, and her essence, or her sort of green mist body, fades up and goes back into the Force or whatever, and that's Asajj Ventress.
Yep.
Right? And that was a, you know, a impactful moment, and I've read parts of Dark Disciple, and yeah, I know what happens to Ventress, and I was like, okay, cool, let's, you know, send off to her, you know, not every character can live forever, kind of thing, and I understand that. But it turns out, much like Cad Bane, who we thought was also dead.
Yeah, and he came back.
Dave Filoni just loves to go, well, you see this character died away from canon, did they? Novel, did they? Unfinished episode, did they? I'll just take them out and put them here instead.
I mean, obviously Star Wars has done this numerous times. Where someone dies, you don't see it, and they come back anyway.
Yeah, and you come back anyway, and then they're back. Well, dying in a novel and being brought back to a show is different.
That's a bit different.
But my issue with that is
that
Disney said from the off-put, this will be an all interconnected universe, where there will be no contradiction, and it will all run from novel to show to novel to show to comic to novel to show to film. And it'll be all so amazing. You'll all eat it up. But instead, they're going, this character died in a novel, back in a show. Only the shows matter.
Yeah.
Don't care about the books. You know, screw reading. Don't read a book. Watch this show where these characters are in it. But they might be dead. They might not have met before. Who cares? Clack, 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 clack.
I take it you're not eating it up.
I'm not eating it up. Nom nom nom. No, I'm not. Because I feel like if she just stayed dead, that'd be fine. But if she gets brought back, they had one line in that episode where Asajj turns up. The rest she kind of says, "Oh, I've had lives before," and okay, that kind of thing, right? But I feel like if they'd actually addressed it, kind of, or we saw like almost the end of Dark Disciple to the start of this next episode.
Yeah.
Sure, yes, a lot of people who hadn't read the book would be very much in the dark, very much lost. But I think the way they did this, I feel like it opens up more for the future than it does for the past.
Yeah.
Like we kind of basically know we're getting either a Ventress show or what we're going to talk about next, which is what happens to Omega and everyone at the end.
Yes.
Because what they do is they give us a very, it was a very action-packed finale, very
It was.
exciting finale, but a very expected finale.
Yeah.
Of the viewer is almost trained nowadays to expect some level of sacrifice.
Yes.
Some level of this will be the last time we see these characters.
Yep.
How many of them are going to be killed off?
Pretty
basically.
much.
But instead of that, they all make it completely.
Yeah,
fine.
pretty much. Everyone's fine.
Apart from the villains, apart from Mlock and Scorch and all the stormtroopers, they all get it, and all the CX clone assassins.
Yeah.
But all the batch, so Hunter and Wrecker and Crosshair and Echo and Omega, all make it out
Completely fine.
Just done completely fine. We don't even
Yep.
see Rex or anyone else, any of the Rebel clones. They're absent for the finale.
Yeah.
And they all make it out completely fine. Oh, sorry, apart from Rampart and Nala Se, they don't make it out.
Yeah,
either.
no, Nala Se did not make it out of there.
They get blown up. Well, no, Nala Se did the self-sacrifice.
Yeah, she sacrificed herself.
Yeah, but for a fairly minor character, it's as much as could be expected.
Yeah, and also I was googling something just in general for research earlier, and also from what I can gather, her sacrifice was somewhat pointless.
Why's that?
Because people were saying, now don't this is Google talking,
Right.
that she sacrificed herself to save all the research data, which all the research ended up being made anyway.
Yeah, I know. Well, I think she just delayed it. She just
Delayed it a little bit, yeah.
By about 50 years or something like that. Or about 50 or 60 years, because eventually Palpatine is brought back by Project
He is
Red
brought
Guards.
back. Hello,
It takes
episode
them, like-
episode 9.
Yeah, but it takes them the entire length of the Civil War to do it.
Yeah.
And even after that. And even the length of, like, I think 35 ABY if it happened. So if this happened in, like, 18 BBY, that's a space of about... I'm not good at the Star Wars timeline, off the top of my head, because it runs backwards.
Yeah.
It goes from the Battle of Yavin forward.
Right.
So it adds, so it takes away, then it adds. So that's why I'm not particularly good with it. But I think it takes roughly about 50, 60 years or something like that for it to actually happen. So she delays it by a long time, but no, it does eventually end up happening, a la episode 9.
Yeah, hello, episode 9.
But,
We
yeah.
big fans.
But yeah, they all make it out completely safe, while Crosshair loses a hand.
Yeah, which is fine.
Well, that was his whole arc.
Yeah.
His whole arc was like his hand isn't working, so he can't shoot right. But then one of the clone assassins chops off his hand in the battle, and then just has just one hand, just like Echo.
Yeah.
A group of handless men.
Plus, it's Star Wars. You can probably get like a prosthetic hand.
Presentation's fine in Star Wars. Everyone's doing it.
Yeah, Luke's fine. It's all good.
There's a bunch. It's Star Wars is famous for 3 things, I think.
Yeah.
1 is people coming back.
Yeah.
For the dead. You think they're dead? Oh, here they are again. 2 is losing limbs. Limb budget is allocated for everyone who can lose a limb, a leg or an arm or whatever. And 3 is for crashing your ship. Everyone crashes the ship.
Yeah.
Everyone makes a successful landing. And another happy landing, as everyone says.
Has anyone ever done all 3?
What? Come back, lost a limb, and crashed their ship?
Yeah.
I think most people probably have done all 3.
Has Darth Maul ever crashed
Echo
a ship?
has. Echo
Yeah.
has. Echo's done it. Echo's lost a limb, come back from the dead, and crashed his ship. Echo basically has. Has Crosshair? I don't think Crosshair's done it. I think people in this show that have done it. I think the person that's done it is Echo. Because Echo died in the Citadel arc of the Clone Wars.
He did.
And then he came back, and then he lost a limb because he's got a scomp link hand, and he crashed his ship as well. So that is all 3 for there. You've got 3 for 3 Echo. Especially in the Clone Wars, everyone's crashing the ship. Everyone's crashing the shuttles.
Yeah.
There are a dime a dozen those road class transport shuttles. You can just get rid of them like anything, right? But for the finale, one of the big hitches of the finale is the Zillo Beast.
Yep.
And what does Omega do? Omega's stuck in this. She gets captured again. She's getting captured all the time.
As she always does.
To Tantis, and they're in this little room, but she just discovers a plan to escape.
Yep. So essentially, what ends up happening is Omega's taken hostage, like you say, and it's revealed, well, not revealed at some point, but eventually she's freed, she's saved. Hunter and Crosshair essentially come to the rescue. I believe I'm on about the right point of the show.
Yeah, you are.
Good.
Well, no, Echo gets already in there because they have to go to this orbital station that Admiral Rampart tells them about to get the
Yeah.
coordinates to fly to Tantis.
Yes.
And once they get there, they're on the science. They get on the science vessel. Echo's already on the science vessel. He sneaks on.
Yeah.
He's in disguise, and the other guys are in Wrecker, Crosshair, and Hunter are in the shuttle together, and they have to dock with the science vessel to travel to Wayland.
Yes. And essentially, they end up saving her again.
Well,
And
Omega is like using that system that sends their blood to the
yes.
lab to crawl up in. She's in the vent system.
And then they all escape to Pabu. Is it Pabu? Pabu? Which one is it?
They do all escape to Pabu. Yeah.
Pabu. There we go.
They do escape to Pabu. Yeah. But before that, when they were on Wayland, it's the fact that they meet. Emery takes all the other Force-sensitive kids away in the ship, and then it's up to Echo to stay with Omega to help them, get the batch back together before the batch, all get captured, and they all get captured, and they're all tortured by Hemlock before they can Omega and Echo can lead a clone rebellion with all the other captured clones, because there's all the clones that are imprisoned in Tantis.
Yep.
They free them all, and they mount a big resistance movement to take on Hemlock's stormtroopers and his assassins and win the day at Tantis, and then they'll get away. And the moment their ship is flying up to hyperspace, they jump out of hyperspace, and then Tarkin Moneyman arrives with his Imperial fleet.
Good old Moneyman.
Yeah, Tarkin Moneyman. If that's not the title for this.
What, Tarkin Moneyman?
Yeah. Just not the word colon, obviously.
Yeah.
But the punctuational points. And it's like Tarkin. It's a picture of Tarkin, and there's like a bunch of money around it, or he's thinking of money, or something like that.
I'm sure that can be arranged.
Yeah, I'm sure it can. Very Tarkin-esque, but it's for Omega and the Batch to get that happy ending, to be on Pabu, have that ending for finding the life they want.
Yes.
And even then, Omega says, what happens now? We're all soldiers, and we finished. We've escaped. And Hunter says, just do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want. And then we get there's like a fade out and a fade back in. Pabu, Omega's getting ready to up and leave.
Yeah.
It's been many years later. She's going to join the rebellion. They need pilots, so she's going to go. And Hunter's just an old man on a dog.
Yeah. He's just doing his own thing. Now he's past it. Omega's doing her own thing.
Yeah,
what happens to her? I'm
Hunter's
assuming we'll
shop on
find
Pabu.
out. Hunter's shop on Pabu.
Hunter's shop is Pabu. What do you think Hunter's... Actually, that might be a better title. Hunter's shop on Pabu. But what do you think Hunter sells in his shop on Pabu?
Well, my head's going, okay, well, he's quite a survivalist. So would he sell, like, weapons or something?
He's got, like, a military surplus store.
But then, like, if he's retired, would he just go a bit weird and sell, like, plants or something?
I thought he said bread.
Bread. He's like found some random hobby afterwards.
yeah, like he got some really weird like old man hobby, like bread or plants or something like that, and he sells that kind of thing at his shop on Pabu. And we don't even know if we don't see Wrecker or Crosshair in the epilogue, so I imagine they're okay.
They're fine, I guess, doing their own thing somewhere.
Yeah, and then Omega says, well, it's my time to go, I've got to join the rebellion, and they have a hug and they have a good tearful goodbye, and then off Omega goes, and that's it, that's the series. And what a series it was to kind of cap off Clone Wars. We get the Bad Batch, and we get almost that kind of continuation of their story and the finishing of their story with the end of the show. And I feel like they shouldn't go back. I know it might sound a bit sad, but I feel like we don't need to see them again.
No.
That's the end of their story. Does Omega go and join the rebellion? Yeah, I guess she does.
Presumably.
Will we see her again? Probably. I think Omega's the one we're going to see. And I think we might see Omega in like a future season of some live action show, I'd imagine, or some other animation. Ventress we might see again. They seem like the kind of two open things to put forward.
Well, presumably, if you bring her back for like an episode, you've got more plans for her.
Yeah. And the whole Tales of we just got Tales of the Jedi. Tales of the Empire just came out as well, which I imagine we're going to review at some point.
Most likely.
Most likely, yeah. I mean, I've already watched it.
Fair enough.
After you've watched it, we can review it.
Yeah.
We can review Tales of the Empire. and I'd like it in some format like that, like Tales of the Clones, Tales of the Rebellion, something like that, you know. And then we can bring back, oh, here's Omega, she's a pilot now, that kind of thing. Even if it's just a cameo, or like Tales of the Clones. Oh, what did Omega go and do? Because she's a clone, and that counts. Like, oh, here's a mission the Bad Batch went on with Omega during the seasons, or something like that, or between seasons, or I don't know, some other story, right? Because that's what that's what the meaning of the Tales of series is, to continue a story, or to give us a story we haven't seen.
Yep.
Like the Dooku and Mace Windu episodes from Tales of the Jedi, or the Morgan Elsbeth episode, or the Barriss Offee episodes from Tales of the Jedi, both seasons during that one. Because I remember that the second arc of Tales of the Jedi was about Ahsoka, which was loads of Ahsoka. So, but the ones about Dooku, Morgan Elsbeth, and Barriss Offee were both fantastic. So there's really good tales to tell with Tales of the Jedi, and even whatever comes out afterwards in Tales of series. But back to the Bad Batch.
Correct.
There are a range of great episodes here, and it was a bit of a longer season as well, especially for the long finale. Everyone was wanting a bit of a longer finale, because we're getting 27-minute episodes, and this one was a good 50 minutes.
That's 50 minutes, nearly an hour's worth of content.
We love it, Corey. We love it. I love a good long finale. But like the Bad Batch movie, you know, that's what we want.
You want an hour long first episode. You want about an hour long end.
Yeah, of course. And then for the middle of the season, we had great episodes like I mentioned the episode Juggernaut as well as one of them. The episode Infiltration and Extraction, the two-parter. Oh, we got Commander Wolf back. I think you're a fan of Commander Wolf.
I like Wolf. Wolf is good.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Commander Wolf. The Return, a different approach as well. Other great episodes. The episode Bad Territory, which was kind of a bit fillerish, but it was kind of like, hey, we need to know who can get us to Tantis.
Yeah.
Oh, Fennec Shan knows Snows Rampart, who knows how to get there, and let's go on this swamp adventure together.
Why not?
And let's fight this big praying mantis.
Yeah.
Man, you know, I think it was the mantis man in question may have been a Yamri or a
potentially.
I don't know if it's explained if he is. I've got the good old Wikipedia.
Yeah. Does it say anything?
Wikipedia knows. Here we go. They escape from Teth.
Okay.
And they find Fennec Shand.
Okay.
And they bargain with Fennec Shand. And Fennec Shand wants them to capture Sylar Saris.
Okay.
A member of the Yamri.
There we go.
Yes,
That's
Yamri subspecies, so he may be related to the Yamri.
That's also a way easier name.
It is. Sylar Saris.
That's nice and easy.
That's him. He's the slayer of Ordo Eris, which is the base of the Haxian Brood criminal syndicate.
Very
the
nice.
Haxian Brood want him found, taken down. And yeah, Sylar Saris. Maybe he might be a relation of Kitik Kikak.
Yeah,
Corey.
which is a great name.
Yes, and a great character as well. I think we know that.
Oh, fantastic character.
Near to the end of the month, we should come back with our Star Wars minor characters video, which I know is a favourite of us, especially.
We love a good top 5. We love a good background characters. We've done them, I think, twice now already.
Yeah, twice. I think it's a mainstay. It's a confident mainstay.
It's great. Even though it's harder every single year for me to find people.
No,
I still love doing
random characters. It's the random characters like Sylar Saris.
Yeah.
That make it all worth it. I think for Star Wars, it's what Star Wars does so well. Like Scorch, Wolf, all the sort of characters that pop up. The Deveronians from the second episode.
Yeah.
All that kind of thing. Where the characters are just, we'll just see these guys again. Like, oh, hey, it's Roland Durand. Roland Durand.
Yeah, of course. Who doesn't know the Roland Durand?
Yeah, the Deveronian from the Bad Batch.
Yeah.
He was in the first season. Turns up in the third season. Little cameo. Yeah, he's a great guy. He's a Deveronian. He's got one horn. And there's the Deveronian Queen as well. Everyone. There's the Pikes. The Pikes have come back in the first couple episodes, and all of that.
It's a bit of continuity, yeah.
Yeah, continuity. Yeah, that's what we like to see. Continuity is what we like to see. So let's slap season 3 of the Bad Batch rating.
Yep.
And let's move on to my weekly rec. So what do you think for the rating?
I enjoyed it. I can't remember what I gave the premiere.
Right.
But I've got a feeling I gave it around an 8. I like the finale. I like the rest of the season. I thought it was an enjoyable time. So I'm going to be in somewhere in the realm of an 8.5 to a 9, somewhere in that kind of regard.
Right.
I think.
What would you think?
I can I flip something?
Why do you keep flipping things?
I don't know. It's because he's made decisions in it.
Okay.
That's an 8.5. There we go.
Right. 8.5. I'm going to go for 9.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm going to go strong. I'm going to go 9. I'm very happy with it. It's been a great ending to the season.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a fantastic closing point to end on. Don't come back to these characters. Leave it how it is.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy with the whole put a bow on it. They're wrapping up together. This is it. That's the end of the season. We've brought great characters, great stories, and I think I'm just very happy with the ending of it. It was, people said, oh yeah, it's a bit of a tearjerker, that end, and I was kind of like, well, I didn't think it was. I thought it was a nice, wholesome ending of everyone makes it out okay. Bad guys get what they deserve. Good guys triumphant and get the peaceful win. It's not like the victorious now. We've won the war. It's just like we've escaped this conflict personal to us, and now we get a sort of life of our own of what we want to, the way we want to live it. Away from persecution by the Empire. And
no, it was really good. It's a really good ending as well. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it is. What did you think of the ending?
I loved it. I thought it was great. Not everything has to end with like someone or everyone like dying all the time.
Yeah, and I feel like the fact that we expect that is kind of more telling about us than it is about anyone else, than the creators of this show. It's more telling about us thinking, right, who's going to bite it in the finale?
Yeah.
Than Dave Filoni going, everyone makes it out okay.
Yep.
I feel like that's more our fault than anybody else's fault.
Yeah.
But now we're going to look to my weekly rec, and I do have a weekly rec indeed.
Okay.
There's been a lot of warfare in the Bad Batch, you could say.
Okay.
Warfare between stormtroopers and clones, stormtroopers and like local resistance groups, between clones and droids, stormtroopers and droids. There's been a lot of warfare, perhaps. And you're wondering, Corey, how are you going to make warfare without an essential guide?
Okay.
Would you perhaps say you need an essential guide to warfare?
Possibly, yeah. You know what? I think I would.
Would you perhaps say you need Star Wars, the essential guide to warfare?
You know what? That's just what I need.
Yeah, which is a book by Jason Fry and Paul R. I don't want to butcher his last name. Urquhart, I think. Jason Fry and Paul Urquhart, which is the third generation version of this book, the Star Wars: The Essential Guide to Warfare. Feel free to look it up. Came out in paperback in 2012.
Very nice.
And it's basically a Star Wars source book, which has got lots of things about some topics which include notable military units and groups, traces the development of significant armaments and technologies, profiles key warship classes, ground units and manufacturers, provides capsule biographies of great military leaders, presents eyewitness troopers' accounts of combat, and additional profiles, intel, history and lore. And it's everything I love. This is basically all me. I love ship classes and ground units and manufacturing technology and biography of great military leaders and all of that type of thing. And this is just right up my alley. And I'm going to give it an 8.
Oh, that's strong.
It is strong because it comes up with such great things as do you know about the 13 new ordnance regional depots?
I don't
in
know.
The warship classification system, perhaps.
No, I don't.
Or the Waymancy Storm.
No.
Or Coruscant or Anaxis. I know you probably know Coruscant.
Yep.
And then Anaxis is another shipbuilding planet. Rendeli Star Drive, all of them.
Great.
Hosk Station. You love Hosk Station.
That's great. That sounds really cool, actually.
Is that the one that's behind you?
Yeah, I want to go there.
Yeah, Hosk Station. Or such characters like Cinder Tarheel and Barlan Hightower.
Barlan Hightower.
I think he's in Game of Thrones. Or Admiral Geel. Maybe you love Admiral Geel. See, these are the guys that can turn up, and the Rishi Mays, the Unknown Regions, such great things, The Dark Troopers are in this, and all of that. And the reason why I know this I know this book in particular.
Okay.
And it's because there's a character called, and he's not going to be in my mind of things. He might be in yours. But there's a character called General Ramadi, which is spelled Romodi.
Okay.
He's a background character in A New Hope, and he turns up in Rogue One and in the Bad Batch, which is connected to this. And he was given a first name in this book.
Right.
He was just called General Ramadi, but here he's called Hurst Ramadi, so that's his first name. And yeah, he was given his first name in this book, The Essential Guide to Warfare. So that's why I've picked this as my weekly rec. And he was in the Bad Batch episodes, The Summit and Plan 99.
There we go.
Which are the last 2 episodes of season 2, where he was voiced by Andy Delatorre, who played him in Rogue One.
Very nice.
So there you go. That is my weekly rec. It is Star Wars: The Essential Guide to Warfare. Great book, and he's in this, and his part in the book involves taking reconstruction measures in the aftermath of the Battle of Ogoth Tir. Do you remember General Ramadi's reconstruction measures in the aftermath of Battle of the Ogoth Tir?
You know what? I was just reading about that last week.
I thought you were. I thought you were there, Corey.
Yeah.
I thought you were there in the Battle of Ogoth Tir.
Oh yeah, I'm just getting flashbacks right now.
Yeah. I was going to make another Tarkin Colonel Moneyman joke there. I wouldn't have it to do with Tarkin's Moneyman if they had to reconstruct because he was out of money. General Ramadi, I've not got enough funds for the Battle of Ogoth Tir. You have to do reconstruction methods, you know. I've not. There's not enough funding for the ATST or whatever he's using.
Yeah.
And that is my weekly rec. It is the Star Wars: The Essential Guide to Warfare. So we've got lots coming up for Star Wars month. We're going to review episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, Tales of the Empire. I keep trying to say.
You keep saying Tales of the Jedi.
During the episode, I'm going to say it so many times accidentally. Because when it first came out, it was, Tales of the Jedi. Wow, exciting, a show only about Jedi characters. And they've got, Tales of the Empire. Exciting, a show only about Empire characters. And I'm just going to keep confusing them. I'm going to keep calling Tales of the Empire Tales of the Jedi accidentally.
Yeah.
It's like Falcon and Winter. It's like Captain America and the Winter Soldier. Every time I keep calling Falcon and Winter Soldier, Captain Soldier is the same thing. But it is a very hearty thank you from me, and may the Force be with you as well this month of May. Did you celebrate May 4th?
Probably.
I did.
What did you do?
I played Battlefront 2 for a bit.
Very nice.
And there were so many people on the servers that there was an EA glitch that wiped everyone's history in the game.
Great.
That was funny. Did you not know about that?
No, I didn't.
Oh, basically there were so many people playing it on May 4th that it overloaded the EA servers and they all got wiped.
Great.
Everyone's account, including mine, got completely wiped of credits and history, and progression is what I mean to say. Progression in the game all got cut to nothing.
Great.
So, yeah, fun. And instead, I got annoyed at that happening, so I decided to play Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga instead.
Fair enough.
And then in the evening time, I watched Revenge of the Sith.
Very nice.
That was it, and that was my evening with the Star Wars film.
That's how you spent it.
Yeah, and then after that, I finished watching Star Wars Visions.
Nice.
But it turns out I didn't watch the last episode of the second season, or it said I didn't have any progress on it. I might have watched it before, but I just watched it again, and then I found. This is going to be a bit of internet for you, Corey.
Okay.
Do you know what a lo-fi video is?
Yes.
Right. Tell me what it is.
The way that I can explain it, I guess, because there's a whole like lo-fi music thing, which is like very calm kind of like music.
Yes.
No, you study to it and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, you do. Can you just look something up for me, Corey, for a minute?
Okay.
Can you look up something called Sabine's Lothcat?
What? Sabine's
Just type in
Lothcat.
Sabine's Lothcat. There should be a Wikipedia article about it. Not the character itself, which is called Merle, but the Wikipedia article about the Disney Plus Star Wars Lo-Fi special, which is called Sabine's Lothcat.
Oh God, I think I might have it. Lo-Fi special.
Which is about. I love how technical the Wikipedia article is.
I think I've got it.
That it gives us the characters and locations. As well.
Yeah, there we go. Episode of Star Wars Lo-Fi.
Yeah, this is Star Wars Lo-Fi. people who follow our Twitter account, I did tweet about this because I found it on the day and I was like, what the hell is this? And I started watching it thinking it'd be like 5 minutes, and I realised it was like 2 hours.
Well, on Wikipedia,
My goodness me.
it says 2 hours Disney Plus, 11 hours YouTube.
YouTube, yeah, exactly. If you want the 11-hour cut, Zack Snyder's wetting himself.
Yeah, it's the director's
if you want the 11-hour
cut.
cut, the director's cut of Sabine's Lost Cat, you can find it on YouTube.
My God.
Exactly. I watched about 5 minutes before I realised that this wasn't a 5-minute special. So on Disney Plus, they have those like Star Wars vehicle flyby things. Where it's like only like 2-5 minutes, and just goes through the vehicle and goes through the render and shows you all this stuff inside the vehicle. It's very interesting. But with this, I thought, oh, this will be like something about the animatronic they used or something for 5 minutes. Oh, this should be interesting. I realised, I look, I goes, this is going on for a bit. This is a long intro of it sort of sleeping to sort of calming music. I'll see how long this is. It's 2 hours. I was like, oh. I didn't, and yeah, it didn't say lo-fi, it just said Sabine's Lost Cat. I was like, oh, maybe it's just more about the character, I guess, of Merle. But all right.
Yeah.
And it's almost like very Star Wars-esque. Like there's like a plot, like Sabine's Lost Cat Merle's going for a nap, and you've been sort of contracted to watch it as sort of calming music plays, which I think is fun.
There's actually quite a few of these on YouTube, apparently.
This is canon. What? Star Wars Lo-Fi?
Yeah.
Well, give me a couple of them, Corey.
According to Wikipedia, on YouTube, there is 11 of them.
Right.
Starting in November.
Oh, yeah.
Starting November 17th, there's 11 of them.
Right. Well, let me have a look here. Okay, here we go.
Life Day, yep.
I've just seen the first one. Life Day.
Life Day, yep.
I love Life Day. Happy Life Day. Snowy Starkiller Base. Oh, yeah, I can't wait to enjoy some lo-fi action while there's a planet-destroying super weapon.
Of course.
Starlight Beacon. Oh, that's from the High Republic.
Yeah.
Mandalorian and Grogu. Oh, that's fun. What, you're in like the M1 Starfighter?
Probably.
Sid's Parlour. Oh, that's nice.
That's nice, isn't it? Yeah.
Have a nice drink and play some relaxing. There should be like club music, like or whatever, you know, the cantina music's going.
Yeah.
Namos Beach. That's Andor. Oh, they're all for like different shows. Isn't
Yeah.
it? There's like an Andor one. There's a Fallen Order one. There's a Kenobi one. There's another Andor one, and then there's Sabine's Lost Cat. Some of the names of these are a bit suspect.
Would you want to?
Nighttime at Jabba's Palace. I don't want to be nighttime at Jabba's Palace. What's going on there?
Do you want to spend a quiet moment with Mon Mothma?
I don't think I do. Well, maybe I do. If Tarkin Moneyman's going to be there, I want to be there.
That's for next lo-fi.
It is. Tarkin Moneyman.
Yeah.
See, Tarkin's managing the budgetary.
Yeah, it's just him on a computer doing budget cuts.
In his office. Yeah, it's like relax and study with Tarkin, Grand Moff Tarkin. That should be. Actually, no, that is the title of the video. Relax and study with Grand Moff Tarkin. And it's Tarkin in his office. In his office on the Star Destroyer, in the Death Star, typing away on his laptop, looking at the budgetary constraints of how much 2,080 80s are going to cost, or something like that. Director Krennic's ever spending on the Death Star super laser or something, There's expenses that need to be covered. Get a mortgage out on the Death Star, Alright, thank you very much for listening and watching. This has been fun. This has been a bag of laughs. It is a goodbye from me, goodbye, and goodbye from Corey.
Goodbye.